What's going on, guys? This is Elite Killer here, and I am bringing you my guide and tips for the Marshal Shield. Now in this video I'll tell you some tips in my farming route in the DZ and sort of some information on where to get certain weapons or where's best, where's the higher drop rate, and just some general information about the shield itself and how to achieve that in a timely fashion rather than having to keep going around and round in circles. Now the first place I want to talk about is a special vendor. Now this is located in the terminal. If you go to the special vendor, there are 5 exotics there that you can purchase for Phoenix credits. Now these 5 exotics are all the exotics that you need to complete the Marshal Shield. So if you head there, buy them as soon as possible. That's 5 off the list straight away. Then secondly, right next to the special vendor is a crafting station. If you look in the crafting station, you may be lucky like me. If you go down in the weapons, you may be lucky enough to have the Liberator blueprint and also the Tenebrae, which not many people that I've spoke to have got. However, I have it. I don't know how I got it. I just used to buy all of the blueprints. And of course, you're going to have the Damascus. So there's 3 more exotic weapons, so a total of 8 before you even have to grind, before you even have to farm. So all you have to do is basically craft one, put it into your inventory, and then it will take it off the list. So as long as you do that, you can also have this stuff in the stash, but sometimes that glitches out, so I put it in the inventory just in case. Now heading into the Dark Zone. Dark Zone supply drops are really good for dropping exotics. Now the kind of exotics that I'm usually getting from Dark Zone supply drops are Tommy guns, Thompson. Also had a couple of houses drop from here, so they are really effective. Now these come once every hour. However, if you jump servers, you might be lucky enough to get a couple an hour, or however, if you might jump server and get one straight away and just keep switching servers. Now when they do come, the boss drops you something and also the supply drop. Now if you get 4 drops from the supply drop, it means one of them is going to be either classified or exotic, and that will go straight into your inventory. You can hit around 4 of these at a push in one sitting. If you start at a good location, I usually start at sort of 8 and then work my way down to like 3-ish. You can get there in time just to clear 4. However, a standard run you probably clear 2 or 3. It depends what you're doing at the time. But like you can see, it's just simple. Just hold square on the crate and then see what you get. Now another way to do this is to go into the legendary missions. Now in these missions, certain missions have hunters. Now these hunters also drop you a guaranteed exotic. Now 2 of these missions are Amherst Apartment and Grand Central Station. And General Assembly also has a hunter there as well, which are guaranteed to get an exotic drop. Now as well as that, if you haven't done them each week, you get an exotic cache. So you can open the exotic cache at the end of the mission to see what you get. So there's 2 guaranteed exotics per week. Now you can keep doing the mission over and over again just to get the hunter drop. So you're guaranteed an exotic every time you complete the mission. As you can see here, we're just at the end of the mission. We're about to kill the final boss and then kill the hunter, which will give us a guaranteed exotic. Now the thing is about the legendary missions, they do take quite a while depending on what squad you've got, depending on what kind of team you've got and what builds people are running. If you want to know the build that I'm running for all of this whole video, just hit that I button in the right hand corner now, the top right hand corner. If you click that, that will take you to my build video. It's a nomad build. It's one of my older builds, however it's really effective for farming, for getting all this stuff, and also in the DZ if you do get encounter rogues, you can survive and defend yourself as well. As you can see there, I just dropped the Midas from the Hunter, which is one of the guns that I actually needed at the time. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the boss drop. Now the boss can drop classified as well. As you can see, I dropped a pair of Banshee knee pads from finishing the mission. The bosses can also drop classified, and also you get the exotic cache, which we're going to open in a second. So you do get a lot of stuff from these missions, but they do take quite a while. Now what I found with these missions, you open your caches, and whatever you get, if you don't need it, just put it on the ground. Lots of other people do the same, so you can share your exotics, especially now, as you can see there, someone's dropping exotics on the floor for everyone else. Now in the Dark Zone, it's really important to be efficient with the way you farm, where you farm. So here is my farming route. I will put the link to the picture just below in the description, so make sure to check that picture out. Also, you can run with me or watch me stream, and I'll help you get in these exotics, and I'll drop them for the stream. If people need certain items, you'll get that as well. As you'll see, I'll just race through, basically going through each individual landmark, killing the boss, and then I also go and empty the box as well, just in case there's any classified gear that you want, maybe some better gear in there, and also get a bit of division tech. So it's really an effective way. So the landmarks respawn every 10 minutes. Now it should take you around 10 minutes to do these 7 landmarks. So it's all of DZ7, and then you just keep looping round in a circle, round in a circle. You get to the opera, you get 3 bosses. That's 3 chances of exotics. That's all of the other landmarks. You can also get 2 bosses on those, because sometimes they spawn a second boss, which is really good, obviously upping the chances. It's quite quick, it's quite easy to do. As you can see, I'm doing it solo here with the build previously mentioned. So again, if you want to see that build, don't forget to hit that I button a little bit earlier on in the video. You'll be able to see exactly what build I'm running, how I'm running it, and what I do in terms of how I set it up. Now it's quite easy to just farm the DZ. You've obviously got to make sure that you're watching out for rogues, you're watching out for any sort of manhunt locations, and obviously make sure that no one else is farming your spots, because if someone farms one of these locations while you're farming the other end, it's going to throw the timings out. So you're going to find yourself waiting around and not being able to complete the circuit in time for it to load back up again. As you're going to see in a minute, you're going to see that by the time we've finished all of this, it has all reset again. So as soon as you finish this last landmark, this is number 7, as soon as you finish this, it's all reset again. So you can go back to the start and quickly run back around again and again and again and again. Now I didn't drop any exotics on this run. However, that's not to say you're not going to. It just depends to me on the server and on lots of different things. But just be careful in terms of other people farming and where you locate yourself in terms of manhunt stations. But as you can see, that it's back up again. Everything's back up on that run. Another good place for exotics. Now this is certain exotics. I find the Hilda, the ear, drop quite regularly in the HVTs, and of course with the HVTs you're going to get the Phoenix credits for completing them. So the Phoenix credits you can then use to buy the 5 exotics that are in a special vendor, or you can use them just to buy general caches or general gear, however you want, re-rolling gear, etc. So all you have to do is spend your HVT target intel on the mission, go to the mission, complete it. On these you get sort of 3 bosses on some of them you only get 1 or 2 bosses, but they're usually quite easy to complete. It's not hard, it's usually quite easy. As you can see, again, I'm solo in these HVTs, and this is the hardest HVT. It's the last one on the list, and they reset weekly, and also you have the dailies. So it's really simple, it's really easy to do, it's not hard at all. And this is just one of the other ways to get more exotics. Now in terms of outside Dark Zone, other things to do, there are the LZ bosses. Also will drop a lot of exotic weapons. You can go to Bullet King for the Caduceus, and the Hungry Hog usually drops just outside Amherst apartment, just on the underground section. But generally there's a lot to do. What I'll do is I'll link in the description below, I will link the picture with all the locations of the outside world bosses on for you as well. Well, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell so you get notified when I bring out new content and when I live stream. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I do answer all the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.